5 books I cannot stop thinking about. Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. It's your first time on my channel, welcome for the first time. If this is your first time, welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 books that I cannot stop thinking about. Best believe that this list is way longer than this, but I'm just going to limit it to 5 so that we don't stay here all day and I just keep talking and talking and talking about these books. But before we get to this video, I want you guys to see my shirt. Can you see what's written there? Purpose over pleasure. I just wanted to show that off. And I did this. I designed this, like I put this, I customized this. That's the English I want to use. I'm proud of myself, so I just wanted to show that off. Now that I've shown you that and you've seen it, let's get into today's video. Don't forget to like this video if you end up enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay on this part of YouTube. Also turn on post notifications so you know when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. Almost all my friends know about this book and have heard me talk about it. I feel like all my friends have heard me talk about this book, and this book is Letters to the Lost. You guys, this book is by Bridget Kammer. I still don't know how to pronounce her name, sorry, forgive me. But Letters to the Lost by Bridget. This book, I rated it 5 stars when I read it. I honestly wish that I would be, you know, writing dates of the day I got the book, the day I started the book and the day I finished it, or maybe the day I started and the day I finished it, because I think I read this book last year, but I can't remember the dates. But I don't think there is a week that has gone by that I've not thought about this book. Oh my goodness, I love this book so much. It follows 2 characters. One is grieving the loss of a mom and the other is grieving the loss of a sibling. Oh my gosh, imagine 2 people mourning, now bonding through sharing letters, like secret letters. They don't know themselves, they've seen themselves in school, but they don't know that they are sharing letters, you know, with each other secretly. That kind of thing where you write a letter, you don't put your identity, and then the next person sees it, then responds to the letter. That's how it is. The letters were honestly the highlight for me. Almost every chapter until you get towards the end of this book had letters starting it, and it was just so beautiful. I read this in one sitting. I kid you not, I read this in one sitting. Like, I'd been seeing this the first time I went to the bookstore. I saw this book, but it didn't really catch my attention. Though I saw Letters to the Lost, I knew it was going to have to deal with grief, but honestly some of the books I've read that have to deal with grief, they are just a bit surface level. Like, it's not so, not that this is very deep, but I just feel like this was written in a much more better way. To me, I love the writing style. I would not say I loved the characters, especially the male character. I was not a huge fan of him because he was a bit annoying, but honestly just watching the both of them grow and, you know, process this new, you know, loss and feeling, it was just beautiful to watch, to have a front row seat to their own personal development and them growing together. It was just so wonderful to read, and I really love this book. If you haven't read it and you've seen it somewhere, go read it. If you've read it and you did not like it, please don't tell me. Don't tell me, okay? The people I recommend this book to, they loved it, and that is enough for me. If you did not like this book, I beg you, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, okay? This is the first book that I honestly cannot stop thinking about. Next book is actually one that I didn't think I would keep thinking about, because while reading it, it felt a little bit boring, and I also realized that it had a movie, and I'm so grateful that I didn't watch the movie first before the book, because I found out about the movie whilst reading the book. It might seem boring, but it was written in a way that is just a bit more calm and not so much dramatic stuff happening in the book. And this book is A Man Called Ove. So I learned that the name of the movie is A Man Called Otto. I don't know how to pronounce it anyways, but I'll just put the name on the screen. In case you've read the book or you've watched the movie, let me know in the comment section. I did not rate this book 5 stars, but I honestly cannot stop thinking about Ove, and this book just follows his journey from, you know, working, getting married, and now he's old and alone, and his neighbors, you know, just life from the point of view of an old man. Do you understand? It just felt so calm and warm. I don't know, there was just this very very calm feeling of reading this book, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of things that Ove saw or how he viewed life was shocking to me. I was just like, wow, these are his beliefs, and I don't blame him because it's because of the experiences that he had in his life. And it's just so eye-opening to see that there are people like Ove out there. They might seem grumpy and, you know, hard on the outside, but they're actually very soft. They're just people that have been hurt and have learned to create shields around themselves. That's how I view Ove, and it was just very interesting to see how his neighbors got involved with him. And then the ending was just beautiful. I honestly think about this book sometimes. I'm just in my element, and all of a sudden I remember Ove, and I'm just like, wow. Do you understand? And I really want to read more books by this author because her writing style is very calm. It feels like a hug. It feels very warm and calm. Nothing dramatic, nothing out of the extraordinary. It just feels calm. It feels homey. Yeah, that's how I'm going to describe it. I love this book, and honestly I think about it almost every time. The next book on my list is one that I've also talked and ranted about to my friends to go read. If you ask me for a book recommendation, I feel like this is the type of book that I don't have to think of the type of genre you're reading, whether it's romance or whatever. I would absolutely recommend this book. You want to get a book that's a physical copy. You want a book that will be worth your money and your time, and you will not be sad looking at it on your shelf. This is that book, and this is A Girl with the Louding Voice. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that after my 12 days reading challenge and after reading a bit of bad, terrible books, I stumbled upon this. This was my very first 5-star book ever. Like, since I started reading again in 2021, my very first 5-star book ever. And this was actually recommended to me by my friend Deborah. Oh my god, God bless you, Deborah. God bless you. God, just be saying amen. I am so glad that she recommended this book to me, and I also obeyed her and I picked it up and I read it. This was sad, emotional, beautiful at the same time. I need to read more books by this author, Abidare. Oh my goodness. I went on this journey with Aduni, and occasionally I always think, is Aduni alright? Is she safe? Is she okay? Aduni went through it. She went through it. Oh my goodness. You follow Aduni through her getting married at a very young age. You just follow the whole journey like that, and it honestly just gets worse. You really think her getting married at a very young age is, but no, it gets worse than that, and it's just crazy to see her journey. Honestly, it's beautiful at the same time, but heart-wrenching. And my favorite part of this book is the fact that it's not written in a very English manner, in the sense that it's written in a way that Aduni would speak. She's not educated, so she doesn't know how to speak English very well. So yes, the way she would speak and say things wrongly and all of that, that's how it's written. And that is honestly my favorite part of this book. I really wish other books would, you know, emulate this, and I would love to see life from the point of view of those that are not educated or they don't know how to speak English. Do you understand? I want to hear what they would say if they were to narrate something, or if they were to say something. And this was just honestly so beautiful to read. It was amazing, sad but amazing at the same time. I have a thing for books that make me feel things and make me feel the emotions. Do you understand? Like, I want it to feel real. Like, I want it to feel like this person, this character is sitting with me here and telling me their story, telling me everything, narrating it to me in a way that I would be able to believe. And this book was that for me. If you've been hearing about this book anywhere, you were, you know, contemplating, this is your sign to pick it up and read it. Love, love, love. Next book on my list is one that I read recently, and I feel like I ranted all over TikTok about this book because it was just a roller coaster. The emotions and the feelings, everything was traumatic. As if the war was not enough, these children had to go through so much more, especially Hassan. And this book is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I need more books by this author. That's all I have to say. I love books that when they are written well. I have a thing for literary fiction, and this is an example of what I mean by I love literary fiction. This is beautiful. To me, this is beautiful. Heart-wrenching, sad, annoying, but it is beautiful. This book is set in 1975, I think, in Afghanistan, where 12-year-old Amir and his best friend, Hassan, loyal friend, Hassan. You need to understand one thing. Hassan and Amir are from separate classes, like societal classes. Like, is it financial? Let's say financial background or financial class or whatever. Financial brackets or whatever. So you can imagine a rich man's son being the friend of a poor man's son, and how that friendship is going to go. Not even the typical way that you're thinking. Hassan is a loyal friend. A lot of times I doubted the fact that Amir was Hassan's friend, and it was more of Hassan being the loyal friend to Amir, because so many bad things happened to Hassan in this book, and it was just so heartbreaking to see. I was, oh my god, there were times I cried. I don't cry for books or movies, but this author was able to bring out the tears in my eyes. It was just so sad to see. Like, this wasn't a 5-star read, this was a 4-star read for me, but I loved it. I loved it so much. Like, I still think about this book from time to time. Like, I could just be sitting and have a wonderful day and I remember whatever happened to Hassan, and I'm just like, Amir, I want to fight you. I want to fight you on the spot. Why would you do my boy like that? But it's just reality of some things that are going on, and the fact that I never even knew that there was anything like a war in Afghanistan at the time. It was really, really nice to have access to that information. There's just so much that we don't know, and they're in books. As long as you're ready to open them and read. Last book, you guys, this book was how I discovered this author, and best believe I'm reading every book that this author brings out, and that is A Woman Is No Man. When you look at this title, you're thinking it's just a typical, you know, gender-based, what a man can do, a woman cannot do, what a woman can do, a man cannot do, all those kind of things that a woman is meant to be in the kitchen. It is that, but worse. That is all I'm going to say. It is that, but worse. What the main character went through in this book, no woman deserves it. I tell you, no woman deserves it. This was heartbreaking. The end, oh my god, the end. This is written from the point of view of the mother and the daughter, so it follows the mother's life and the daughter's life, and you're seeing the story of the girl getting married at a very young age and having children, and then you read the story from the daughter's point of view, seeing her mother as someone who doesn't have so much life in her, not a bubbly person, and you're reading from the mother's point of view as someone who has so much dreams but cannot even chase them. This was heartbreaking and eye-opening to see. I think this was also set in, I can't remember where it was set in, but go and read this book. That's all I have to say. Just go and read it. Go and pick it up. Pick it up and read it. Pick it up and read it, okay? Those are the 5 books that I honestly cannot stop thinking about. I still have a lot more books that I think about, maybe on a weekly or daily basis, but if you would want me to share more with you guys, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, also let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notification, share with your bookworm friend, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.